have no idea how from having 0 books in my TBR pile, I went to this TBR pile in the span of 10 days. Hi there, I'm Manpreet. I make book related videos on this channel. If you like books, make sure you subscribe, follow me on my social media and turn your notifications on so that you get notified every time I post a new video, which is every odd day. So just subscribe right now. If you're wondering, Manpreet, why are you trying to sound so fakely over enthusiastic? It's just that I was sick. I don't know if I'm still sick, but just to cope up for the lack of energy, I am being over energetic, so deal with it. Anyway, this is a video which I make every month discussing the books that I want to read or I want to continue reading in this month. And yes, I seriously was like, last month a review copy went so wrong that I was like, I am going to be on a break for a long time, not accept any review copies or try not to read it all so that I can detoxify myself. But that didn't happen because I had a couple of review copies that were coming in, and if you got the money, you gotta do the work, right? So I have a couple of review copies in this particular video. I have one copy which I'm not sure if it's a review copy or not, and I have a couple of books that I want to read myself. So without further ado, let's get started with this video. Let's begin with the review copies. Number one that I'm already reading is A Secret Diary of an Incurable Romantic. I tried pronouncing the name of the book in one go so many times and I know I mess up. But this book is about this woman who has just lost her husband and she's just sad, drinking and living her life as a sad person, writing her diary. And I, by the way, love the books that are written in the form of a diary these days. I love the books. Guys, just don't mind my grammar, okay? If it makes sense, it should mean that. If it doesn't make sense, just skip to the next line. I am loving this book so far. I have read about 126 pages. Yes, tissue paper is my bookmark. Not many people contact me to send bookmarks, so tissue paper. But I'm reading this book, currently enjoying it a lot, and I'll talk more about it in my Instagram stories, in my review video, reading vlog, and so many other videos. So we'll talk more about this then. Next, I am very excited to hold the second book of Kalki series, Cathy Eye of Brahma. This is the book that I already have. A couple of you were asking, Manpreet, how do you have it? Review copy, guys. I got it a bit early, but I think it's releasing very soon. And I'll post it on my Instagram. Follow me on my Instagram if you're not there. If you're thinking, Manpreet, what this book is about. What is Kalki? I have never heard about it. I'll link the review video down below. It's basically a mythological fiction / fantasy series written by an Indian author. Absolutely loved the first book. Very excited to read the second book, although it's thick, intimidating, and I'm just hoping by the time I finish reading it, everybody would not have read the entire series and like, you'll be like, maybe we have already read it, we don't need your review. But okay, don't do that. Wait for my review, please. I'm sick. I'm using that sick card, yeah. But not sick anymore. But I'm very excited to read this book. Again, the second part. If you haven't read the first book of Kalki series, you still have time. Read it because soon everybody is going to be talking about it. You better not miss out. Another review copy I have. So this book I read and reviewed a couple of months ago, okay? This is a thick book. Read it on my iPad. Took me ages and I never had to talk about it. Like, I was doing reading vlogs then and it was very hard to hide from you guys that I was reading this particular book because then it was not published. My mind is foggy, okay? My mind is foggy, but it's a crime thriller and these are people who try to rob a bank, and the stories about that are very slowly developing and very nicely developing crime thriller. This is my review, which is on the beginning of the book. I'm reading my own review because you guys know that I don't remember stuff, right? And the sabji wala have to come at this time. Where is my review? Yeah. A crime novel that delves deeper into the psychology of crime and hits you with blasts of unseen, interesting and curious turn of events. Rest I'll read later on in my reading vlogs, but I think I write very well. But I'm excited to just brush up my facts about this book. I won't be reading it this month. I would just be updating my Goodreads with another book without reading it this month. But yes, I just would go through this book a little bit so that I can give my review and make it sound real. Otherwise it will sound fake. I know that. Do you guys think that happens? Has my review ever sounded fake to you? Like any review? Let me know in the comments down below. Like, Manpreet, we know you're talking about that book, but you totally don't know a thing about that, and you're talking about that. We could see that in that book. Let me know in the comments down below if you point out any one such review, and if I genuinely agree with you after watching that video, you'll get a free gift. Which reminds me, in my last video, I gave away one copy of Agatha Christie book. The winner would be put in the description, although I do not know who shared. Like, I totally have no idea who shared, who participated, but I'll pick one and I'll announce the winner and I'll send the book. Okay, this is a book, I'm not sure whether it's a review copy or not, but it's a book called Noggin. It's actually a collection of horror stories which are revolving around the theme of Ichhadhari Noggin, or the people who turn into snakes at their own will. That is what Ichhadhari Nag stuff is, and the book is really good. I have read about 138 pages, about 4 stories, I guess, and I absolutely enjoyed it. It's not like very horror, but it's really good. I really liked it. After this, I have 4 books that I want to read myself. This book is one I'm reading, 302 by Menak Dhar. Menak Dhar is an author who sent me Sniper's Eye for review last month or last month. I loved that book so much. I ended up ordering this book, 302, another thriller by the same author. Right now, so this plot of the book is like, something has happened. All the circuits are like, poof! That was a very terrible sound, but all the circuits are gone. Like, cars are not working, electricity is not working, and the people are in that like post-apocalyptic age, and now they have to survive. And our hero of the story, working in an MSc before this, is now like coping up with all that stuff along with his society. And I really like the premise of this novel. I really am enjoying reading it. So right now I'm at page number 150. There's my money. I have been trying to find my Lakshmi Puja money since morning. There's my money. So 158 pages done. Right now I'm at that, I think every book has that kind of patch where you're like, this is boring now. So 158 pages, that patch where I'm like stuck, but I'll continue reading it and finish it because I really like the premise of it. I would just like it to go a little bit faster. Next is this book, which has been written by a blogger, The Shooting Star by Shivya Nath. Shivya Nath is a very popular Indian blogger. This is a travelogue, not written in a chronological manner, but oh my god, the girl can write. The girl can write so well. Once you start reading it, like, only few people know how to describe places and sceneries that well. Or maybe many people know that and I haven't read them, but I really like her writing. I'm not sure if I am up for travelogue stuff right now, but I really like her writing and I really want to finish this book because I've read 68 pages, need to do something about my Goodreads goal. Second last book is something which is lying over there, but who will get up and pick up that book? Nobody. See Me by Nicholas Sparks. I was reading this book about like 2 months ago. Then that review copy happened, which I started or mentioned in the beginning of the video. So I stopped reading everything and I was like going to do reading suicide, but I saved myself after having real diseases to plague me. And I am back to reading. So I would be finishing See Me by Nicholas Sparks. It's a romance novel. Nicholas Sparks is my favorite romance author. Blah 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 blah. I do not have the cover and do not want to put it. So let's talk about the last book that I really want to read. Crown of Midnight by Sarah J. Maas, second book of Throne of Glass novel. Again, a fantasy series, young adult novel, which if you haven't read it, I don't know who you are. Read it, please, guys, because it's so fantastic. The character and the kind of vibes you get from this book, it's amazing. Anyway, if anybody is thinking about commenting on my makeup and stuff like that, seriously, get a life. Get a life. Do not comment on my makeup. I'm making a video that is good enough. That is enough. But Crown of Midnight, I really want to, once I get done with these review copies, I'm not accepting any review copies. I was serious about that for about 2 to 3 months, and then I'll be just dedicating myself to Throne of Glass series, because there are about 6 to 7 books or 8. How many they are, like, I don't care. I just want to read all of them and then just reread them again and reread them again, because these are amazing. These are amazing. So pick up Throne of Glass, read it, and then start reading the next books with me, please, because these are awesome. Anyway, guys, these are all the books that I want to read this month. Honestly, this has become a bigger pile than I thought it should be. But considering that 4 of these books are something I have read half of them, so I am really hopeful about that. And if God is with me, if I am healthy enough, and if I do not get bad books, like if they do not turn out to be bad, I'll be able to finish this pile and I'll be very excited about that. Tell me what you are going to read this month in the comments down below, because I really want to know. I haven't been reading much. Like, October was a terrible month for me, so I want to know what you read in October, because there would be no wrap up. And I also want to know what you are going to read in November, because you need to tell me, you need to make me happy. Please do it for me. And yes, that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed watching it. I hope you didn't think it was a fake enthusiasm full of video. I know I messed up that sentence, but it works. It works, guys. It works. You still watched it. Anyway, this is Milby signing off. I'll be back with another video very soon.